football season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a give right side. Nielsen. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Hey, alert! Hurry!
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season. Doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. This is Hines. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Alert!
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum. Now Geis stripped. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
57's Mike 57.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On first down, Nielsen. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Nielsen. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Run. Check. Lucky.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Forced out to his left. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, man, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a give. Right side, it's Geis. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Dolphins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson is going to fire one deep, middle of the... And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Geis. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down right around the 37. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, yeah. Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? Nice.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down now, Nielsen, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
180, alert, alert. Bridgestone, travel.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looking right sideline, that's complete. A very solid gain of 27. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Dancing to his left. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Charles Harris. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. And he'll go down at the 28. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. That's caught by Jackson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
First down, Miami.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Geis. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. A gain of 3, 2nd down. From the 41, Jackson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action with Jackson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. They haven't fully climbed the mountain, but they've started the ascent here with that score.
I like that, right? I think they've left base camp now, okay? So they've started to move their way up the mountain. Long way to go, but at least they know it's manageable.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They go play action. Mayfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike?
And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Williams, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Got a man open, that's Harry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Hey, alert, alert!
Mayfield on play action. Escaping the pressure right. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Jackson, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. Completes it to Dixon. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, and this one's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Give them 11 yards that time on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now a give right side. Nielsen, he'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 23 yards the pickup there. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Mayfield now. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. Well, that seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's coming, double up. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Say.
Jackson now off the bootleg. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there. And there we saw completion.
Dixon complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Geis with the carry on second down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, check 24.
On second down, it's Hines. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it second and 6. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth quarter lead. They'll keep it on the ground. Nielsen. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Here's Snell. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Browns on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Nielsen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down, lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Come on, now. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
They'll keep it on the ground. Nielsen. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a gain of 5 but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Hey, 33.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down now, Nielsen. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Jackson to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Dixon. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch. 57's the mic. Rock 57. Shoot! Watch the shoot! Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Yo, kill, turn up. 50.
Now Jackson. It's caught by Jackson. 22 yards there, a first down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Now he'll escape to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Jackson will keep it. And he's across for the touchdown. And it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Mayfield to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One last shot from Mayfield here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Dolphins, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood we should bleed. I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my